right, Lauren, it's time to announce the official NBA team for the 2023 season for the casual community. Now, we had narrowed it down to 3 teams. And so we'll officially be signing our contract of fandom for the casual community. And it came down to 3 teams. We narrowed it down to the Charlotte Hornets,
Yes, sir.
the Boston Celtics, and the Denver Nuggets. And after a lot of voting back and forth, after some discussion in the Discord, we're officially Boston Celtics fans.
Yeah.
Now this was crazy because day one, poll goes up on YouTube. Denver Nuggets jump out ahead. And I thought, okay, we're going to be Denver Nugget fan. I was preparing myself to be a Denver Nugget fan. We got Jokic. Okay, like there's nothing wrong with this. It's a good time to jump on the Denver Nuggets bandwagon. They're number 1 in the Western Conference. It's fitting. And then I checked back day 2. The Charlotte Hornets were winning.
I like their colors.
I said, oh shit. Okay, hold on. Gonna have to reset my mindset here. We're gonna have to be LaMelo Ball fans. And I was okay. I was with you. I was like, you know what? I like the colors. I like the logo. Michael Jordan is part of the ownership team. You know what? I can work with the Charlotte Hornets.
Family, they're funny.
Go back day 3. Boston Celtics have taken over. I don't know what this influx of Northeast people that watch our YouTube videos came in and said, we're just going to push Boston to the front. But they took over from there, and there was no looking back from there. The Boston Celtics.
Because I don't know anything about the Boston
So I've
Celtics.
already, so how this is going to work is every week we're going to announce the previous week's selection.
Okay.
We will then do a little breakdown of what the following week's selection is going to be. And then we will give an update on our teams.
Okay.
So that we can keep up to date with them.
But
But
to get a Celtics t-shirt.
you might have to. We're going to have to buy into.
I get to get fan gear.
Yeah, we're going to buy. And look, and so I last week I said we were going to do a 2-year contract. We're not. This is going to be a yearly thing. I'm signing a 1-year contract. This is for the rest of this NBA season. We are now officially Boston Celtics, who just fittingly beat the San Antonio Spurs tonight. Yeah. So, they're 1 down for us. Right now, Jason Tatum's injured. He'll be coming back. Names you need to know.
Is he related to Channing Tatum?
No.
Can I talk with a Boston accent?
Yes.
Because we're Celtics fans.
Yes.
All right.
I don't think that was very Boston.
I gotta practice my Boston.
You're gonna have to work on that.
accent.
Still don't think you're getting
All
it.
right, we'll try it. We'll see what happens.
We'll figure it out.
We'll let the
Okay, so
people vote.
names you need to know: Jaylen Brown,
Jaylen Brown,
Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum.
We need to know those
Jason
names.
and Jalen.
If because Boston's in
Jaylen
second place, I think, in the East. So we're going to the playoffs.
All right,
We've
let's go.
chosen we've got us a high middle.
I'm excited. I get to watch them.
Exactly. We I'm going to set an alert on our cable box and we'll watch some games. Now, let's move on.
Okay.
To the second part of this show, which is selecting our next team.
Okay.
For the casual community fandom. They receive a casual community shout out and fandom, and we'll place them. And hopefully, if anybody in the Discord is not a fan of anybody in this sport, you're now a fan of this team. Okay, so here we go. We got a request to do Aussie football. And I'm not going to lie. I've heard of Aussie football.
Okay.
Heard of it, but I'd never seen it. I've heard Pat McAfee talk about it. Feels like I thought it was just rugby. Mm-hmm. So I threw on a game the other night.
Yes.
Just out of nowhere, thought, you know what? If I'm going to pick a team to be a fan of, I've got to watch at least one game.
Yeah.
Lauren, this is the greatest sport ever invented.
Okay.
I mean, this is I'm no fucking lie.
I know absolutely nothing.
Well, I'm about to break down for you these are my initial thoughts of watching one Aussie football game.
Okay.
I was just watching and just writing what fucking came to my mind and why I thought you would like this sport. Number one, the ball looks like a robin's egg from Easter candy.
Okay. I'm going to Google this while you're
talking.
talking.
It is a very, very weird ball, and it bounces extremely well for something that's shaped like a football.
Okay.
Now, here's the rule. 15 meters, remember that number. That's a very important part of Aussie football. Okay?
Well, I'd like to know what is 15 meters.
You can only run for 15 meters before you have to bounce this football shaped item on the ground.
Oh, this is interesting.
If you don't, it's a turnover. You got to give the ball to the other team. Okay?
So it's like a football without points.
Kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
All
it
right.
looks like robbing it. Okay. 15 meters. You can punt the ball at any time. Just
Kick it.
Boom. Punt the motherfucker.
Okay.
If it goes farther than 15 meters and one of your teammates catches it, they have the choice to either just continue playing or they can stop and reset up. So
Okay.
catching a punt is very important.
Okay.
Okay. Now, these are some observations I made. The field is fucking huge.
Like
It's like
soccer field?
Central. That's like Central Park.
Okay.
Like, there's at least 70 people on the field at once.
So there's like not 10 people on a field.
Oh
like
no,
football.
there are so many guys on this field.
Okay. Do you know how
So
many people
guys.
play on each team?
I don't, but I know that there's like a whole squad of guys on this end of the field. There's a squad of guys that stay in the middle, and there's a squad of guys that go to the other like defensive side of the field.
Okay.
No, they don't wear pads. They don't have equipments. They're not punk ass bitches.
Oh, it's just straight up like
And they're
man-to-man
tackling.
action.
And they're tackling hard. This makes NFL players look like bitches. Like, no, I'm not.
Wait,
Look,
so you can actually tackle like in football?
you don't like not even like football. You can just fucking aggressively manhandle someone to the ground, and then they have to turn the ball over.
I think I need to watch.
Oh no,
this
we're
short.
gonna watch one later. Okay, hold on.
There's 18 players on the field.
Felt like there was 72, but if there's 18,
That's
those
still a
motherfuckers,
lot, though.
they're moving around. Well, that's 36 total.
Yeah, I can see how you got 72.
I mean, there's a lot of people on the like. You constantly are trying to figure out who is who. All right,
Okay.
number 2.
Okay.
Ball goes out of bounds. This is to my delight. I'm laying in bed next to you. You're asleep. I'm watching this on my phone. Ball goes out of bounds. I don't know what's going to happen. What happens in soccer?
They throw it in.
The throwing, right? You throw it over your shoulders, right? What happens in basketball? You throw
Pass it in. Yeah.
No, not in Australian football.
What do you do?
The referee takes the ball, turns around backwards, and throws this motherfucker over his shoulder.
Oh, he doesn't even look. He
No,
just
he
says,
just-
fuck it, let's
Back
go.
in play. Back in play. Just throw it like he don't know who it's going
So
to.
don't piss off the referee then, like as you're playing, right? 'Cause
I would
he'll go,
assume.
Whoops.
I'd assume.
And put it towards the team that he
just
likes better.
fucking whoop over his shoulder. This thing's back in play.
Nope.
Fucking amazing. First time it happened, I was like, that can't be real. It happened
He
again.
messed up.
It happened
He
again. I
clearly
was like,
messed up.
oh my God, this is the fucking greatest sport of all time.
That's crazy.
I have down here, I already said this, but it looks like the field is 40 miles long.
Yes.
And like the stadium is packed. Supposedly this is the single most watched like live sport in any country.
In any country?
Like more than like the stadium is huge. There has
more
to be
than football?
I think so.
And like soccer?
Because I think the stadium seats 1 million people.
I'm looking up how long 15 meters and because I don't even
15
know.
meters isn't that far, so that they have to
49
bounce.
feet.
15 meters?
Yeah.
Then maybe. Well, I guess that
15
seems about
meters
right.
is
That seems
49
about right.
feet.
I only saw one penalty where a guy ran too far without bouncing it. Okay.
Okay.
So the sport's a beautiful clusterfuck, right? 90% of the time, it looks like they have no idea what they're doing. They're just kicking this motherfucker. And then someone catches the ball and everybody gets real fucking excited. The goals. Let's talk about the goals. Let's talk about how you score, okay? It's like fucking Quidditch, okay?
Okay.
There's these fucking poles. that
Okay.
Go down the back end of the fucking thing, okay?
All right.
There's 2 in the middle. Looks like a field goal,
Yeah.
except that there's no middle bar, right? There's no crossbar that you have to hit it over. It's a fucking open plane and you have to punt the ball through this goal
Okay.
and you get 6 points. If you punt it through the goal, it goes in, play stops, we go back to the middle, we bounce the ball on the ground and we start again. But then if you miss the middle goal, there's 2 goals on the outside. And if you get it through one of those, it's 1 point, but the game just fucking keeps going.
Oh, like you can go through it and then like you.
Like the score just changes on the bottom, but they just keep fucking playing.
Okay.
So like the score's just kind of randomly changing. And you would think, like, I was like, oh, fuck, when I saw this, it's going to be so easy to score. No, I mean, like, to score is a big
So are
deal.
there any goalies? Like,
No,
or like,
no, there's no goal. Well, I mean, there's people back there, but there's no
So
goalies.
can you touch the ball with your hands?
Yes,
We throw
because
it.
okay,
You throw
here
it?
we go again. Another rule: can't throw the ball to each other, but you can volleyball punch the motherfucker. And like these guys are doing like behind the fucking back volleyball punches and shit.
How do you do behind the back volleyball punches? They hit it from behind?
You just got to watch it. Okay. Out of bounds is kind of a suggestion because the ball goes out of bounds from time to time and nobody stops. And I didn't fucking understand that. It's like it has to really go out of bounds for it to be out of bounds.
All right.
If it just kind of goes out of bounds, they keep playing.
I need to watch this.
And every guy on the field has a mustache.
Oh.
Every guy has a mustache.
Why is the first thing that pops in my mind is like
porn
Super
stars.
Troopers? Yeah.
No, they look like porn stars.
You want the mustache?
They're these
right?
Australian giants.
Like from the 80s type?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
like police, like 80s cop movies. Like,
yeah, like
some
Farva.
of the best mustache. Like I'm gonna say if I pick a team next week and they win, in celebration of my team winning, I'm going just mustache.
Ooh, yeah. Let's make that bet.
Okay. So okay. So here we go. So now we gotta talk about teams.
Okay.
There's some good teams too. Some different teams. I'm gonna have to pull up the rosters here.
Okay.
Get the team names here. Let me get to my app real quick.
Now, do I get to look at like logos and stuff, or just like I'm just going straight off name?
Yeah, I mean, we could kind of look at them, but I'm gonna tell you.
I'm gonna go off a name and tell me their colors. Are their team colors? Are
Yeah,
their colors?
I've already kind of got it narrowed down in my mind. You can have some input here.
Thank you.
No, okay. So we got a team called St. Kilda.
Okay.
And their logo's just like a cross.
Okay.
Because this is kind of in between. Like some of these teams look like they treat it like soccer, and then some of them look like they treat it like football. Then we got the Sydney Swans. It's a good name.
Swans, yes.
Like I don't know that I ever thought I'd cheer for a team that was the Swans. Mm-hmm. Okay,
they're graceful but deadly.
We've got a team just called Essendon.
Okay.
Essendon.
Okay.
Our Australian fans are gonna laugh because I'm pronouncing all of this shit wrong. This is one that made my list here. The North Melbourne. And they've got a kangaroo as their logo.
They had me with the kangaroo,
but it feels like we're the racist Americans if we just choose kangaroo as our favorite team.
So you know why it's going to be one of my top ones? Real Housewives of Melbourne.
Okay, there you go. Mm-hmm. So we can use that as our excuse to cover why we're choosing the kangaroo. Mm-hmm. So that's one of the ones I had it narrowed down to.
I'm my vote's for the kangaroo so far.
All right, we have the Western Bulldogs. Now, this is the team I watch, so maybe I'm a little biased.
Okay.
But they had this one dude who was just so much better at this game than everybody else.
All right.
Great mustache.
Mustache says it all.
Saw him score like 3 goals.
Okay.
I was in, so I put the Western Bulldogs down on my list.
Okay.
We got the GWS Giants.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Sounds like a very American name.
We've got the Collingwood Magpies.
Okay.
I don't know
what is a magpie.
It looks like it's a crow of some kind or a bird. Okay.
Okay.
Now, this is the team I mentioned to you earlier.
Yeah.
This is the team I was informed by in the Discord that they have a player from Texas. Okay.
Texas all the way, baby.
Texas all the way, baby. And his last name is like Cox. Cox.
Cox.
But I was informed that this man's nickname, Cockzilla. How do we not?
I mean,
how do we not choose the team
Coxzilla.
that's Cockzilla?
And he's from Texas.
And he's from Texas.
You're putting myself way up there. Like
If I'm buying a jersey, if I'm going to pay the $70 for this jersey and have it shipped across the world, which is probably another $150, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be Cockzilla.
Does he have a shirt that says "I love Coxzilla"?
Yeah, I mean, we have to make one. We have to get in touch with him and start merchandising for Coxzilla.
Exactly. There's so many great things that could come from that.
So then we've got Carlton, Hawthorne, the West Coast Eagles.
Carlton reminds me of Prince.
Port Adelaide, Richmond.
I know who Richmond is from.
No, that's not
Ted Lasso.
That's a different country. Gold Coast Suns, the Adelaide Crows, the Geelong Cats, and the Brisbane Lions.
I've heard of Brisbane.
So I'm going to tell you, this really comes down to 2 choices.
It comes down to Cox.
It comes down to, are we Team Coxzilla?
Or Kangaroo.
Or Kangaroo.
Yeah, those are going to be our top 2 now. We don't choose today, right? Like we
don't choose today. No. So we're going to drop, and then I have the Western Bulldogs on there.
So is it 3, right? All right.
So we're going to drop those 3 in.
That's what it is. I'm right there with you, baby.
The Collingwood Coxzillas. Magpies. They're not called the Coxzillas.
No, they're called the Coxzillas from now on.
Okay. All right. So that's it. That's the 3. We're going to drop those 3 onto YouTube and in the Discord.
All right. So which ones is it? The something Bulldogs?
It's the Western Bulldogs.
Western Bulldogs.
Because I just like that they had like their logo is an actual bulldog.
All right.
I can get behind that.
All right.
Okay. Right now. Oh wait. Okay. We've got some Oh, they're 0-2. They're 0-2 this year.
That means that they lost.
That's not good.
All right. So the Bulldogs. Okay. What about the Kangaroos? How are they doing?
Let's see. North Melbourne, they're 2-0.
All right. North Melbourne.
Kangaroos are 2-0.
Real Housewives, baby.
And
I don't
then
know why
we
I can't
have
say baby. Maybe sports just wants me to say that. Like
the Collingwood, they're 2-0.
the
They're in
Coxillas.
fourth place.
What is their mascot?
It's like a black bird.
Show it to me.
They're black and gold, which is an interesting color.
Are these like Australian birds?
I mean, I'm going to assume it's not like a fucking bird from New York. It's the Australian Football League.
I don't know. Magpies.
What is a mag? Let's look
I
up
don't
what
know
a
what
magpie
magpie
is.
is. Like a woodpecker. Is a woodpecker an American bird,
And
right?
this season just started, by the way.
Well, then I'm down to watch.
And we can.
So when does it come on and how do we watch it?
Okay, so we have to buy a subscription. It's like $20 or $9 a month, and then we get access to all the AFL games. But it's
right, let's
trust
do
me,
it.
it's going to be worth it.
I'm down to watch Coxzilla.
It's a long-tailed crow with boldly marked plumage and a raucous voice.
Just imagine it sounds like. Is there a picture of it?
Yeah,
Does it look like the mascot thingy?
I mean, basically, it's just a bird.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay.
I mean, so it's a kangaroo, it's a bird, or it's
Yeah.
a bulldog.
Speaking of birds, have you ever seen that movie Birds?
No,
It's scary.
it's about just birds attacking
Yeah,
people.
those birds just attack people. I didn't like birds for a long
My
time.
basketball coach in college was really afraid of birds.
I don't like getting shit on by birds.
And we played in college I went to was in Corpus Christi, which is a beach town, and there were seagulls everywhere, and he was just constantly fucking scared,
Oh yeah, I would
like
be
constantly. But why would you fucking coach there?
too. Yeah.
There's just there's
That's
just
true.
seagulls everywhere. This motherfucker would like
know.
run and hide when he saw birds.
Yeah, he's just fucking wear a hat and like protective gear.
All right, so typically we would end the show with an update on our teams, but since we just now have Boston,
Number one. Next time we can let you know
next
about
week
our Celtics.
next week we'll update everybody on how the Boston Celtics are doing, and we will announce our official fandom for the AFL.
All right.